Okay, let's get into this. You shared this really interesting article excerpt with us
Hmm.
about a story out of Nigeria. It just perfectly captures that whole idea of, creativity meeting the spotlight.
Yeah, unexpectedly.
Exactly. So our goal here for this deep dive is to kind of unpack the key bits from this news item, figure out why it's really struck a chord.
Right. And what the source material gives us is it's a really great look at potential. Potential coming from places with maybe fewer resources.
Totally.
It focuses on this young Nigerian boy who did something pretty remarkable.
Which was.
He built a fully functional vehicle. Look at this, using stuff people would normally just throw out. Waste materials.
Right. And it wasn't just like a little toy car. The article specifically calls it a Tesla-style truck.
Tesla cell, yeah.
Think about that, building a working vehicle
From scrap.
from scrap.
Yeah.
I mean, that alone says so much about his ingenuity, his skill, especially when you think about the challenge.
Oh, absolutely.
The source doesn't give schematics or anything, but just making something work from discarded parts is wow.
And that Tesla-style description, it seems to be about the look, right? The modern appearance he achieved.
Seems like it, yeah. And that's where the story gets even wilder.
Because it didn't just stay local news.
Not at all. According to the source, this whole thing somehow reached, well, Elon Musk.
Of all people. And the article says he was, quote, shocked and deeply impressed.
Shocked and impressed by the kid's determination, his creativity,
It's an amazing connection.
and impressed enough, the source says, to actually invite the boy for a private chat. A private conversation with arguably one of the biggest innovators on the planet.
All from a truck built from trash.
Yeah.
That's the headline right
It
there.
really is. And this is where you see the potential significance the article hints at.
Exactly. The source doesn't just, report the facts, boy builds truck, Musk calls. It steps back. It suggests this moment. It might be the beginning of something massive.
Massive. Which could mean so many things, right? Mentorship, funding, or just shining a light on innovation in unexpected corners.
Yeah. All the above, potentially. And it ties it into something bigger, too.
The source did have that reflection at the end, didn't it?
It did. A sort of universal takeaway inspired by this specific story. Something like, don't stop grinding. Don't stop dreaming.
One day you'll make it. Yeah. Connecting his incredible feat to that bigger idea of just keeping at it, believing in yourself no matter where you start from.
So when you shared this source, it wasn't just like a cool news bite.
No.
It's a story, as reported anyway, that really underscores resourcefulness, talent overcoming limits.
And how these completely unexpected links can happen when that talent just gets seen.
Right. Visibility mattered.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about innovation itself. Do you need the fancy labs, or can it just bloom with grit and whatever's lying around?
And then what happens when that raw talent gets recognized by people who can, open doors globally? The story, at least as the source lays it out, leaves us with that feeling, that persistence, creativity, and maybe that one right moment of recognition.
It really can lead to something huge. Massive, as they put it. It's just a compelling picture of potential being unlocked.
Definitely.
So just consider the kind of doors that might open from one connection like this. One moment where incredible ingenuity, probably worked on quietly for ages with not much to go on, how that could potentially just reshape a young person's entire future, just because the right person saw it at the right time. Something to think about after digging into this report.